If You Were a Verb by Michael Dahl, illustrated by Sarah Gray. The examples on the cover are swim, travel, cartwheel, and paddle. If you were a verb. Verb, the part of speech abbreviated V or VB, is a word that is used to express an action or condition. Let's find some action words. Looking for verbs, watch for the big colorful words in the example sentences. If you were a verb, you could swim, dance, tiptoe, leap, paddle, cartwheel, travel, or plunge. Verbs get things going. If you were a verb, you could balance and bend, twist and turn, swoop and soar. If you were a verb, you would appear in every sentence. You would be in every book, every newspaper, every magazine, and every letter ever written. Look at that. That turtle seems to be carrying a letter in his mouth. What a lot of books. If you were a verb, you could be an action. The mighty ship sails out of the harbor. Waves crash against its side. Seagulls scream overhead. If you were a verb, extra words would help you show action. These extra words are called helping verbs. You may give the usher your ticket now. The popcorn will be popping soon. The movie has started on the big screen. If you were a helping verb, you would have 23 members in your family. In English, may, might, must, be, being, been, am, are, is, was, were, do, does, did, should, could, would, have, had, has, will, can, and shall. If you were a verb, you could link things together. You would be a linking verb. Sometimes linking verbs are called state of being verbs. The swimmer was tired. The beach ball is floating. The lifeguards were done for the day. If you were a linking verb, your most common forms would be is, am, were, was, are, be, being, and been. When you were a verb, you would change when time passed. You could be in past tense, present tense, or future tense. Last night, the bicycles glided through the park. Now, the bicycles glide through the park. Tomorrow, the bicycles will glide through the park. Past, present, and future. If you were a verb, you would change when the number of people or things change. One acrobat swings above the crowd, but 5 acrobats swing above the crowd. If you were a verb, you would get together with other verbs to make cool and exciting sentences. The rocket speeds toward the space station that whirls and spins above Earth. You could always be moving if you were a verb. Here's an activity, fun with verbs. Verbs can be full of action. Verbs can also be quiet. Directions. Think of an action verb such as running, jumping, or flying. Then make your friends guess what the verb is by acting it out. See how quickly they can figure out what your secret verb is. Take turns acting out action verbs and guessing. Next, choose a quiet verb, such as standing, sleeping, thinking, staring, wishing, or hiding. Take turns acting out quiet verbs and guessing. Is it harder to act out an action verb or a quiet verb? Fact: if you look up a verb in the dictionary, you will see the abbreviation V or VB next to it. The V or VB stands for verb. And on the last page, there's a glossary and an index. The end.